My name is Carlos Hernandez Chavez. I'm a Mexican-born artist. I am a muralist. I'm a self-taught musician and human issues activist. Working with students is it's always a challenge, and it's always a learning process for me, because it really gives me the flavor of what young people are thinking at the time. And as we know, generations change with the technology and with all kinds of things that they experience. So it's a very unique experience, because it keeps you in touch with a lot of things that most other people probably don't, unless they have children, of course. But students in particular is very enlightening for me.
My name is Dina Engelhardt. I've been working with the Bushnell since 1998 as a visiting artist, and I'm a visual artist. I do a lot of printmaking with the kids, but I do a lot of other media as well. I love working with students because it feeds me. When I get to come out of the studio and share what I love and show them how to do it and watch them develop their ideas into beautiful artwork or terrible artwork, but something that they can do themselves and learn a new thing about either the subject matter that we're tying into, or enhance what they've learned about the subject matter and about themselves. I think when I leave a Bushnell project, like yesterday, for instance, I was so happy and elated, and my heart was singing, because some of the kids just created the most brilliant works of art, sort of haphazardly. They didn't even know what they were doing. And for me, that's true art. So when I see something like that, I feel that I've had a huge impact on someone else's life, and so it sort of brings me out of my little tiny world and brings me into the larger scope of things.
I'm Dan Butterworth. I'm a puppeteer. I've worked with a variety of puppets, mostly shadow puppets, marionettes, hand puppets, for the last 40 years. I like working with students. I think any teacher would tell you this, that there's great rewards, especially working with particular students who seem to really benefit from what I can show them, what I can tell them. You can see it in their faces, you can see their enjoyment as they realize something that they haven't known before. I find that working with students really helps me in my work. It helps me in my creativity. Lots of times I'll have a particular plan all structured as I approach a classroom. And as I work with them, I realize they have ideas, they have things I've never thought of. And I go back to my studio, and those very things I've learned go right into my work. I've always found that to be true.
Hi, my name is Ivana Holloway. I'm in 8th grade at 2 Rivers Magnet Middle School. Well, I do think that there should be more exposure to art in the school, because it'll give other kids the opportunity to express their feelings and to show other people what they're capable of and how they feel.
My name is Sarah Patulik. I'm an 8th grader at 2 Rivers Magnet Middle School in East Hartford. I create art because it's a way for me to express myself without using words, because it can be hard to put the thoughts in my head into words. And I think it's important to create art because you're taking everything in your head and you're throwing it onto paper, and you're allowing people to interpret what you're thinking in so many different ways, and it's such great self-expression. I do think it's important for students in schools to be exposed to artwork, because it's not the textbook readings that you do, it's something different. It's actual people's interpretations and thoughts on different things and events in history or just everyday life, and it gives the students a different way of looking at things.
Bushnell has been involved with students in my lifetime for over 15 years. And the things that I see cannot be measured on a spreadsheet or on a data wall, but they can be measured in the hearts and minds of the people involved with the Bushnell. The Bushnell has changed students in a way I've never seen them change and grow before in an instant. But more importantly, it has given a new life to teachers. Teachers start thinking about what they do in different ways. They see their students in a completely different way. And something happens the day after the Bushnell has come and worked with our students and our teachers. Everyone is rejuvenated. We're looking at new things. We're creating new pathways for learning. And the whole place is better for it.
They internalize what they're learning in such a way that is so different from just sitting in a classroom and learning about it.
And the arts and the different mediums that the arts use, specifically from the Bushnell, have given our students other mediums in which to express themselves.
I definitely think that the arts have a huge impact on student learning. For instance, just yesterday in my own class, several students who are generally less engaged in academic tasks were flying high and doing great things in my class because they were relating what they were learning to the arts.